You want No Man's Sky so bad, basically need a new computer. So you don't want to talk about it because it's good. Damn it. There's so much stuff that has happened since I've been away. Like, it was so weird because I left for vacation and then people are talking about No Man's Sky and I'm like, did I miss something? And then found out about the update. I remember when it first came out, oh, he's been working on that. Oh yeah, he was working on the Undertranche. I mean, I remember when it first came out. I did stream it. And I mean, I played it for like 45 hours, and I had fun up until a certain point. Back in yet. This is all you watched while you were gone? While I was gone? It was so weird because it was like, why is No Man's Sky a thing again? Why is everyone talking about it? I think all the back wall was pretty much upgraded, at least the top rows. I hate doing it this way just because it takes twice as much concrete, which is kind of dumb. Like, upgrading should be cheaper than straight building, but come on. It's like I can see where he's working over here. Alright, Zolting. Personally, having played it, you can say, never having played it, you can say before the update would have kept you happy and you would think. But now you want more than a crackhead wants a crack. Now I have to install it. I've got too much other stuff to play right now. At least I found out one game that was supposed to come out while I was gone isn't coming out until September. That bought me some time. Half project bullshit. You still need a lot of other things. got this done. I need to save this bit because there's going to be another area to walk over there. That one didn't even make it to the gate, it sounds like. I love that system though. Zombie apocalypse, so I guess why not? Over there having a good old time. It's a horde night tonight. I think I'm just... Damn it. I'm gonna spend it in the panic room. Damage. Every second needs repaired. I think at level 80 I can pick up my last thing, last tool building skill. Dang. this is drying. And I'm out of concrete. Okay. Alright. Let's work on... Suppose it's time to get the forges active again. So... let's work on that. Got some stone in here. I'm gonna take the stone with me. Is there stone? Oh. Which wood do I have? Enough. So battery's looking. It's half down. Okay. Hell. Let's see what area gets shot around here. Shotgun turrets do a little bit of damage to the walls, but that's honestly worth it. Shit. Hang on. There's a wolf in the church. Wolves in the church. What the hell? Uh-oh. Hey, Dark Omen. Shit, where'd that wolf go? There he is. Hey, pupper. Taxidermy like that. Just a couple wolves ended up in here. Yep, that was dinner right there. Oh shit, there's another one. Oh, right there. Must be a wolf pack. Shit. 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 Pupper lost interest. Pupper's dead. I'm legit just trying to make it to the forges at this point, but... Seems like I had a good time and will tell me on my trip. Oh yeah. I ate a lot. Not as much as I wanted to. I missed some stuff that I wanted to eat, but I just wasn't hungry. Fuck me, that's another wolf. Doesn't see me yet. He sees me. Oh, he sees me. Super runaway. Just shooting him in the feet. Did he bleed out? I think he bled out. Like a whole wolf pack up here. Sorry, I'm waiting to like find a dire wolf or something up here. I got up 30 minutes ago, slept in. It's 9:30. Man, that was pretty much my schedule in the States. Was getting up around 8:30, but that was like my normal sleep schedule for here. Of course, technically, it was like that's 2 hours later than I normally get up. So, I mean, my schedule, I slept for normal time, a normal time for being in the States. That was a normal time for me. And there's so much other stuff I wish I could have eaten now. But I knocked a lot of stuff off my food bucket list while I was there. I'm supposed to be wearing a hat right now, but I haven't done it yet. I'll put it on in a minute. Let's see here. Ooh, there's 0 stone in this thing. Yeah, so I had to ship some stuff because we had so much stuff. Like, getting from the con to North Carolina wasn't a problem. There was enough space for everything from the convention, so that was fine. But when I got to North Carolina, we did a bunch of shopping, like clothes shopping, like I needed clothes, my girlfriend needed clothes. And of course, did a bit of, you know, we did, you know, and then just some other shopping. Like, I shopped for some pony stuff, which I actually only got, like, one pony thing, but one of my friends, Avalon, who's not in the chat today, she had a couple things, like, she was gonna ship to us. But she never did it, so she just gave them to us while we were there, while we visited her. And, so a couple of the figures. What was up with the, why was something up with the stream quality? But, yeah, a couple of the figures didn't fit. The boxes were too big. And we spent the night before just trying to figure out, it's like, how can we move things around? How can we carry things in bags? And some stuff we wanted to kind of go in our checked luggage because we had food. And certain food items, you know, best to go in the checked luggage. So we ended up kind of deciding at the end that, I mean, being it was at my mom's house. So we thought, we'll just, you know, ship the rest of the stuff to us. So we ended up shipping, two big figures. If you know My Little Pony, of course, and the Guardians of Harmony set, if you want to look them up. There's a Chrysalis figure, which is like, I'm a huge Chrysalis fan, so of course that was great. There was also, my girlfriend got a Nightmare Moon figure, and then I got the Equestria Girls minifigure set, which like had Starlight Glimmer in it and all them in it. They just took up too much space in the suitcase, so we're like, okay, we're shipping those. Then there were the posters we got from BronyCon, which were the sponsor posters, because you had the sponsor badges. Decided to ship those. Mainly because we didn't want to roll them if we could help it, and we didn't, like, we wanted to sandwich them between cardboard to ship them that way, and we forgot to get the cardboard, so there was that. And, ooh, that's what I'm here for. So there was that, there was the posters. Then we found out last night my girlfriend forgot something at my mother's house. So like, ship those two. Because she hadn't sent anything out yet. So there was that. So yeah, it wasn't like a whole huge lot that we had to ship. We managed to cram a lot of things into the suitcase. Had a few stutters. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, my girlfriend, she's still on vacation, so she's... I confiscated her computer today so I could run the 7 Days to Die server in the stream. Sorry. But yeah. So, we won't see that stuff for a couple weeks, unfortunately, just because shipping times. I'll probably have to pay import tax on it as well. Which sucks. It happens. It's what happens sometimes. Okay, all that goes in there. Hang on a second. Wait. Oh, Rick must have him. We can't be entirely out of rebar. He was working on the wall, so... If he was working on the wall, my guess is that he's got the rebar, which is fine. I don't need to get it yet. We'll go make some more. Everyone forgets something on trip. In this case, it can be easier to do when you're like at somebody's house or something, because you know you can't just totally clean everything up. It's harder to forget stuff at a hotel, I guess, because you can just look around the room and say, okay, I got everything. Yeah. Because she was working on an old computer at my mom's house. Mama just wanted to get some stuff off of it before getting rid of it. And so she had some of her like flash drives and screwdrivers and stuff. People x-ray the boxes being shipped, let's take two when they see what is shipped. Pony stuff, maybe not so much. I did get my my checked luggage to get searched by TSA. Not surprising, because do any of you have any idea what country ham is? If you do, I brought some of that back. 'Cause I love country ham and you cannot get it anywhere but basically the southern US. It's almost impossible to find in the northern US. I don't know about beyond southern US. But yeah, brought some of that back. And it doesn't surprise me because it would have scanned as organic and all that stuff, so I'm totally shocked that happened. Nothing was taken though. It did successfully make it back. Okay, didn't see it anywhere. Oh, it's in the middle of the lake. Are you fucking serious? That is. That's unsearched, but I can almost guarantee that that's the lake right there. Oh, shitbags. They dropped... Ugh. They either drop the airdrops in the river or they drop them in the lake. Hopefully there's a landmass there. Probably not, but we'll... Let's open. We'll go out and try it. You know, actually I realize what that shotgun may have been shooting at all this time. Might have been a wolf passing by. Dropped in the lake. Did I take Luna to a real southern barbecue place? No, actually. There were so many places we were trying to hit. But there were still some that didn't get marked off. Might be on the edge of that landmass there. Let's hope it is. It might actually be. Hopefully they didn't drop it in the water. Ooh, shit. Slow down. No, it's in the water. I'll be totally shocked if it's not in the water. It's not only in the water, I think it's in the middle of the water. It's gonna be at the deepest point. What else? You know the feeling of a computer periscope being lost? Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I brought some country ham back. Brought... Might be on the edge of this, actually. Okay. Mom made some cookies that I really liked. Brought some... Oh, there it is. See, they didn't drop it in the river. Oh, God. And then she brought a bunch of stuff back for her work. Can I just pass it? Yeah. Man, there was so much stuff though. If I could have brought some cheese nips back with me, I would have brought those. I had a box while I was there, and I was like, ugh, I missed this so much. good quality sniper rifle. That's not bad. Chest iron, armor. Not really the best drop, but hey, it's better sniper rifle than I've got. Might be able to exchange some of the parts out, actually. Jesus, greater. Yeah, I couldn't remember. You know what I was sitting there when we were at the store. I was sitting there. I saw the box of cheese nips, and I was sitting there going, "Wait, which one's better? Was it cheese nips or Cheez-Its?" And I couldn't remember. I think I went with the Cheez-Its. Actually, I may have gone. I can't remember. Did I go with the Cheez-Its or the cheese nips? I can't remember now. What was that? On the water? No. I don't know what I got, but yeah, I was sitting there trying to say, wait, which one's better? How's my mother doing? She's doing well. She was kind of unhappy. Well, she's generally unhappy to see us leave anyway, but my sister has gone off to get her master's degree, which is like a full 3 years, so like not even summers off. So my sister spent the summer home with her, so it was like my sister went off to college. I only got to see her for 1 day before she had to go. And yeah, so it's like my sister's now pretty much gone. You know, probably never live at home again. And, you know, us being gone. I felt really bad about leaving. Unfortunately, we didn't even have time to have a good goodbye because our flight back was messed up. Like, really messed up. It's been messed up for like months. And I'll kind of explain the story. And that. Now, where did I leave the bike? There it is. I had the silly nuggets. Okay. It was the Cheez-Its, alright. Yeah, because I had like the pepper jack. Those were so good. Those were so delicious. I wanted to get some Flamin' Hot Cheetos, but I honestly didn't have the time. Oh man, I also got Reese's Reese's Puff cereal. I wanted to get some Oreos. Grasshopper cookies. Oh man, one of the things, we gotta find the supplies to it, but one of the things we had almost every night, not every night, we had pina coladas. We're gonna see if we can make it here. We need to get a blender, but it's delicious. Oh yeah, but let's see. So yeah, our flight back was already messed up because they had been booked through an agency thing, and when we tried to look up the flight later on, near time to go, it was gone. Like the flight didn't exist. So we got it sorted, and then when we were at the airport Tuesday to leave. We checked in, and they said, "Oh, you have baggage." And I think, well, there were a couple things wrong. I think we were flying to Philadelphia, and I think a storm was coming, so they were going to leave send the flight off early. Turned out they sent it off later instead of sending it off an hour early. They sent it off an hour later, so we could have made it. But anyway, so they took forever. They changed our flight, so instead of going to Philadelphia, we went to Charlotte, and then from Charlotte to Paris, and then from Paris to home. But when they booked off the whole flight, we basically, as soon as they got us our new tickets, we had to go right away. So I felt really bad because I didn't get the chance to like really have some goodbye time with my mom. I felt so bad that we just had to go. That was it. We got our tickets and we had to run. I felt really bad about that. On the plus side, it kind of prevented the long, drawn-out teary goodbye, you know. But on the other hand, it was like, I felt bad that we had to go somewhere. But this is one reason why it's so important to get to the airports early. These things get fouled up. Yeah, I wanted to go get some of the rebar that's out there. Leave the door open, you dink. You have ketchup and it makes you so you can't handle hot any longer. Oh, man, I love spicy. The best. Still call away. And she might actually call me because I think she said she got a new phone plan and she thinks international is on it, so she has my phone number. So she could potentially call me, yeah. Broke my eye too hard. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. Alright, we need to get more concrete. Let's see here. It is the 49th night, so it means there is going to be a horde tonight. I'm going to spend it in the panic room. Yeah, it's kind of cheaping out, but the base isn't ready yet. I don't really feel like wasting arrows. Everything else looks like. Wait. Oh no, it's just grass. I thought something broke through there. Do these spikes have new... Do these upgraded spikes have new textures, or are those steel spikes? Did Rick upgrade to steel or something? Part of the wall was damaged, but I guess it's just the texture. We'll go ahead and run the generator now. Get our stuff hooked on. You know how your mom feels your oldest is only 2 hours away and you hate it when she leaves? Not carrying any iron or steel on me, am I? I mean, my sister is not too far away. She lives in, what'd they say, Greenville or something? What's the name of the town? Green something, not Greensboro, but it's not far from, like, the beach. It's like an hour drive from the beach. These are iron spikes. They've updated the textures of these iron spikes. Interesting. I think it's iron. Yeah, they're iron, I guess. Well, they wouldn't take steel to upgrade. These have been damaged. Let's check out a non-damaged one. This one. Oh, what was it doing? Replant stuff. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, the thunder. The warning! The seventh night is coming about. Right, so I think I wanted to swap parts. Or just use that sniper rifle. Just swap them out. Does this one have a flashlight? Yes, it does. Okay, good. So now we have 2 sniper rifles. That will be fine. Dirt, clay. A million animal hides. I don't even know what to do with it. We could probably take the animal hides and sell it, I guess. Can't imagine what else to do with them. Alright, so I'm gonna hang in the panic room tonight. What are my stats? Some more to drink. That all the oh shit, that's all the chrysanthemums we got, isn't it? He hasn't replanted anything out here. I want to use up all the chrysanthemums in. When dawn hits, I'll work on that. Alright, I've still got time to hit the panic room, so I'm okay. Your oldest is pregnant, like a week and a half from being due, and your heart skips when your phone rings. Oh, imagine that. Yeah, also, congrats. Congrats to her. I still have trouble imagining my sister is even old enough for that kind of stuff. It was like, because the night we were there is when the first night we had like pina coladas and stuff. And she was the one making them. I was just like, my sister's old enough to drink. That is so weird. Like a few years ago, I was like, my sister's old enough to drive. Like honestly, I haven't spent much of my life with my sister. I'm 14 years older than her. And basically, when I turned 18, I lived away from home for a little while, and then I went back for like a year. And after that, I was off to like university and everything. And so, and you know, I spent most of my life away from most of my sister's life away, really. So there are times where I'm just like, you know, my sister's old enough for this stuff. It's kind of weird. And then that just makes me realize how old I am. Alright, time to hit the panic room. Room, but I forgot how long it takes me to run out here. It's the same ages between your son and your oldest daughter. Yeah, I mean, I've got other siblings. I've got like half siblings because my mom and dad divorced a long time ago, and he's remarried since. I mean, they both have. So I mean, I've got. Step on something weird? Oh, I bet I would have ran by that torch. It made an odd sound effect. You know, so all my, you know, like half-sisters are also, of course, they're older than me, but yeah. So it's like, but yeah, it's like the difference between me and my sister is pretty big. Ugh. So yeah. I'll be honest, I kind of hope, even if my sister like lives away from my mom, I kind of hope she stays in North Carolina, just to kind of be near my mother. Because I mean, I live, across the ocean, so if something happens, it's much harder for me to get home, to where she is. And things have happened before. Just scary, because my mom, due to an infection one time, because she ended up being diagnosed with cancer. And I think when they biopsied it, she also had a throat infection, and I think that got in, and it caused kidney failure. So she ended up in the hospital, and that was several years ago. And I was here when that happened, and I was just like, oh God. And then, now she's clear of cancer and everything. She's completely fine now. Her kidneys are fine, and she's cancer-free. But yeah, it's just being an ocean away makes things difficult. So it's nice to have my sister close by. Lots of swimming. Actually, we did some swimming because my mother lives on a big lake. It's a dam reservoir thing. And so for a couple days, we went down to the lake and went swimming. That was fun. You're an only child. Actually built a panic room. I didn't build it, Rick built it. This is Rick's design. The last Horde night. This is actually reinforced steel, I think he said. Like, it's completely reinforced concrete. So it's just painted over. Yeah, he was like, he built a panic room, and I came in here and I was like, holy hell, this place is amazing. Oh yeah, that's how my mom was. Yeah. Yeah, she does totally fine now. We all went swimming. All that good stuff. We even went hiking, oh god. We went hiking. Actually, we went hiking on a mountain trail, went out and found, well, my girlfriend looked it all up. Found a hiking trail, and there were several of them. But there was one that like branched off, and so there was one that was considered moderate, one that was considered hard, that basically went up a hillside, mountainside actually. And we thought, well, we'll try out the hard one. Holy shit! I am so incredibly out of shape. My clothes were soaked in sweat by the time we made it to the top. Like, it was a huge hike, and just. It was basically, going up a mountainside, but it was like, twisting our, backtracking a lot. Like, literally, when we got to the top, I just pulled my shirt up. Just so I could cool off. I did not care. Nobody was there. But I was just like, I don't care. Someone wants to see my bra, it's fine. But it was like... It was a lot. So yeah, we did some other hiking too, but not on near as long or as difficult. So we did some on the Blue Ridge Parkway. But yeah, that was a whole lot of fun. So yeah, I got this hat that I'm gonna wear during streams now. Maybe it's a bit warm, but I picked this up at BronyCon. It's the green screen kind of catches it, doesn't it? Picked it up at BronyCon. It's supposed to be a hat of the Dragon Lord Emperor. And I saw this hat and I was like, I'm gonna wear this thing on stream. We'll save it for another day. It's a bit warm. I also got this. Where are you guys? It's a Flufflepuff. Flufflepuff, if you've ever seen or heard of Flufflepuff, Flufflepuff is a giant mass of fluff. Empress Moon. Could be. I like Dragon Lord Ember is one of my favorite characters, and luckily this weekend's episode had Dragon Lord Ember in it. I was like, yes. Wish she'd eaten Thorax, but you know. Oh yeah, you saw the photo. Yeah, I took some photos of the stuff I got from BurningCon. Yeah, I got Flufflepuff. She had to go because Flufflepuff is a fan-made character, and the person that actually created her was actually there at the convention selling the Flufflepuff figures, and plushies, and I wanted one. I was like, if he is there, I want one of those. And like in the fan-made thing, Flufflepuff likes Queen Chrysalis, and I have a Queen Chrysalis plush, so I bought bought Flufflepuff, and then I had Queen Chrysalis with me, and I had Queen Chrysalis riding Flufflepuff as I carried her around. Actually, I'll wear it now. That's weird. Sound like I broke some wood up above. See how I can wear it? It actually almost fits my head with the headphones on. They only had 2 of them left. They only had 2 left, and one was a small. I couldn't fit my head. This one actually fits with my headphones on. That's my Dragon Lord hat. I was looking at how it was put together, and I was thinking, you know, if I get the right materials in a sewing machine, I could probably make one of these, because I know how to sew. And I was like, I bet I can make one. So I might look into it. It was actually on sale too, because I think the guys that made this hat, this was like their last convention that they were doing, so they were trying to sell some stock. Gotta keep it on Taco Tuesday in the hat. That was one of the things I was like, because I wanted one of these hats, because I've seen, you know, the pony hats, you know, and I was like, I really wanted one, and then I saw they had the Dragon Lord Ember one, and I was like, okay, I gotta have that. There was a little bit of decision making going on because there was some other stuff, but one of my friends that was there with me, he was like, you gotta wear that on stream, and I'm like, I'm totally wearing this on stream. It's like, this will be my streaming hat. You can sew, yeah, I can sew. Send me some clothing to fix. You could? I don't know when I would get to it. But sometimes my girlfriend tells me there's stuff that needs fixed, and I'm very, very, very slow to get to it. I don't have a sewing machine though, but I can hand sew, and I know how to use a sewing machine. I probably need a refresher course because it's been a few years. Because I mean, well, I'd say I made cosplay. I made a Halloween costume several years back. It's a really good costume. So yeah, I mean, I know how to sew. And I thought, man, I could make some of these hats from the material.